You know, we read the book, and there were things about the book we got very excited about. Like, I loved in the book when the chapter ended in the open line, that was an unfinished sentence, and that had a provocative quality to it that made both of us interested in trying to duplicate that in a film.
I guess originally David Mitchell, he wrote each story straight through and just, took an axe and cut the stories in half, basically, and then created.
He did it in 20 minutes. No, I'm not kidding. When he told me that, I almost wanted to hit him in the head.
Then he created the palindrome structure of the novel. But when you start breaking down each story, you see all these little details that little motifs that he's putting in each of the different stories. Like the word George or Georgie shows up in each of the stories in the novel, and we tried to keep that in the film. And so it just became a question of how many connections can we possibly make in this thing to really feel the idea of eternal recurrence. And it was amazing how many things would match up from story to story.
The big breakthroughs were when we started laying out, so we wrote all of our favorite scenes, and we put all of our favorite scenes in little cards, and we laid them out in like rows, and it was this crazy Zen garden that was like we would just stare at. You just like stare and stare. And then you would see some scene here was a scene that was resonant over here. Like you could start the scene here, and the scene was essentially the same, but you could finish it over here. And then as soon as we began to feel that you could tell in kind of like a skipping stone across the water, you could have a narrative structure that skipped pieces and then finished in other stories, that became like, oh, we could see that you could fit it into a full film.
Yeah, each of the cards were almost like molecules, and you'd fit them together, and we'd all go, whoa, yeah, whoa, that's good. And then you'd just sit and you'd stare at it. Oh.